Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone's warm today. I'm actually freezing. We're having ice and stuff come in. Today I'd already planned on doing a video on hypertension, high blood pressure, and I just happened to wake up this morning and I had 3 emails asking me about naturally treating high blood pressure. Um, the big thing before I get into any of that is if you are on blood pressure medicine, please do not just stop that and just do the things I'm going to talk about today. That can be extremely dangerous. Number one, stopping any kind of medication like that abruptly can be very dangerous. There's different reasons and causes for high blood pressure. You really need to talk, if you're on blood pressure medicine, please just talk to your primary, or your cardiologist, whoever has you on that first. Explain if you're wanting to get off, if that's the path you want to do to get off, try to get off of it, wean off of it, and do a natural, pathic treatment for that. Talk to them about that, and these are what your plans are, and see how you can safely do that. If they're not open-minded about that, I suggest you find a new doctor. That's just the way I am. Now, integrated doctors are really good. Integrated is where they do naturopathic and allopathic medicine, and they're usually very good at that, of wanting to always take the natural way first. And if that is just not it's just not responding, they will do like more modern medicine treatments. Um, so please don't just stop stuff and do these things. And if you're not on any medication, but say you're noticing you're having high blood pressure and you're doing your part, doing these things I'm going to talk about, exercising more, whatever your situation is, and you don't notice any kind of improvement within 3 months, then you probably need to see a primary or an integrated doctor or somebody and just see the root cause of kind of what's going on. Because by 3 months, if you're doing your part, you should see some improvement. So remember that. And because there's primary and there's secondary hypertension. Secondary is which it is caused by another disease. So if that's the case, you need to get that underlining issue resolved and figure out what it is also. Genetics play a role in hypertension. Nutrition is a big one. Environment, your weight, your lifestyle, caffeine and alcohol intake, smoking, stress, lack of exercise, heavy metal toxicity can also cause high blood pressure. So if you don't know the cause, that's your number one start for it also. But okay, so my number one go-to for high blood pressure when I start talking to people is Hawthorn. Hawthorn is wonderful for high blood pressure. It's because it feeds and tones your heart, so it's going to strengthen the heart muscle, which is going to help normalize and regulate your blood pressure. It's going to help maintain healthy cholesterol levels. Hawthorn is really great at preventing like heart disease and treating high and low blood pressure. So it can help edema, angina. People have an angina, heart pain. This is like benign, but it'll help that also. Heart arrhythmias, it's good for that. Because it doesn't store up in our bodies, it's very important that you take it on a regular basis if your purpose is to use it for a heart tonic, because we will not store that, or time release or anything like that. And Hawthorn it has other uses also, and one is it's good for stabilizing collagen in our bodies, which is good for tendons, ligaments, and muscle repair. And also, Hawthorn is one of the go-to they use for grievance. People who are grieving, they use it to help people with sadness and anxiety. So those are some other uses also for that. And you can get it in a tincture, a tea, or a capsule. If you're doing it for heart tonic, I recommend the tincture or capsule. And you need to see which one you respond to and tolerate best. It's pretty well tolerated, but everyone's different. And I always say start low and slow and see how you do with something. But that's my number one go-to for that. Another really good one is flaxseed, and you can take flaxseed as the whole seeds, or you can get it or grind it yourself into it as like a powder, or you can have like flaxseed oil. But mine with flaxseed oil, flaxseed can go rancid. It is not a really good long shelf life, even keeping in the refrigerator. So unless you're regularly using it up, I don't always recommend flaxseed oil because of that. but it helps lower your blood pressure as well, and it also helps slow down the development of plaque in your arteries. And so that because of that, that reduces your chance of heart attack or strokes. And yes, these can all the things I'm going to talk about can be taken together. They're not going to interact with each other like, prescription medicines can and stuff. Other ones are garlic. Garlic is fantastic for your heart. And so if you're doing it, if you're trying to treat like heart stuff, they say 4 cloves a day. You don't have to do that all at once, but you can or more. But that's about, and that, or it's like if you're gonna do like a aged garlic extract, it's like 900 milligrams, and so that kind of equivalents about out. But that's about what the range is if you're using it for like heart health. Magnesium's great for your heart. I believe it's about 500 milligrams for, again, for heart health. CoQ10, wonderful for your heart. Good preventative. A lot of people, take that regardless as they get a little older. They'll just start taking that for, heart health in general. And then vitamin C and zinc. They're also good for your heart, your immune system, all the things that could, cause those problems to begin with. But those are my recommendations and go-tos for, hypertension. And a lot of these are safe to take, even if you're on blood pressure medicine in general. Is there always like some, exception? Of course there is. And, you can always call your primary, call your pharmacist if you're on a medicine and say, hey, I want to try these things, and you can just list off, the things I listed. Can I take these while I'm on blood pressure medicine? Now, whether that's going to bring it down a little bit lower, you may have to monitor that some, because it may start bringing it down further, and then that's why a lot of times people start weaning off their blood pressure medicine that way. But again, please do it safely. Talk to your primary or something like that about it, and that should help. They have good outcomes for them, and I will do my best to help with the emails and stuff I get. And if you have any other questions or recommendations for videos, please email me, kclittleowl@gmail.com. And everyone, stay well, God bless, and I'll see you next time.